Hope you're doing well. So it's me again, Fabi from Fabi English with the Ielts lunch break with Fabi. Okay, so we meet twice a week to discuss anything and everything about Ielts writing, especially task 2. Okay, we talk about everything, but the focus is writing task 2. Okay, so as I said before, I can help you with all parts of the exam, but these lives are focusing on the writing part. Okay, and my main aim here is to help you get a 7+ in the writing part of the Ielts exam. Okay, right. So yeah, so I don't know if you managed to get the live from Monday. It was a pretty cool one. We're talking about the structure of the writing and how just having a good structure can improve your score by, let's say, 1 point. Okay, because when we think about the structure, it's actually, I think it's a combination. Actually, the structure has a little bit of everything. Okay, so for me is a little bit of task achievement, because if you have a good structure, you probably have everything that you're required to have, and of course coherence and cohesion too. Okie dokie. All right, so today we are going to talk, oh, by the way, if you missed it on Monday, head to YouTube. Okay, so all of these lives are on YouTube. There's also heaps of stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and on my website, www.fabienglish.com. Okay, heaps of things there for you to help you with your 7+, not only in writing, but all the parts of the Ielts exam. Okie dokie. All right, okay, so today I'm going to talk about something because like every day, every time a student asks me a question, my private students, or I get students on Instagram asking me things, or Facebook or YouTube, I write down, okay, because I feel that usually the question that one person has, more than one person will have. Okay, so and I have I kind of have some categories, okay, for each of the things that people ask me about, and I decided to create a category which I call Ielts writing secrets. Interesting, huh? And it's funny because in this Ielts writing secrets, I'm actually dealing with things that are a little bit obvious, but not everyone talks about it. Okay, so what I'm gonna talk to you about today is something that I've noticed a long time ago about Ielts writing. Okay, and it's something that I have been doing with my students for the past 6 years. Okay, and it's something that a lot of people overlook. Okay. So, to get a 7+ in Ielts writing, to me, in my opinion, from my experience, from what I've seen, from what I've been told, okay? So to get a 7+, you just need a good piece of writing. You just need a good essay, okay? But you think, Fabi, that's obvious, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? But not a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know who have been helping you with the Ielts test, okay? But probably people are telling you to write like this, do it like that. Oh, Ielts people, they want this, they want that. But they're not telling you how to do a good piece of writing. Okay, so to me, okay, what my main aim here is to help you do a good piece of writing. Of course, we have some challenges because when it comes to the Ielts exam, we can think is a bit, how can I say, restricted, because they have these specific tasks that they want you to write about. And then they have the specific amount of words that they want you to write. And then they have the specific topics they want to write, specific amount of time. Okay, so these are the challenges. But in the end of the day, all you need is you just need a good piece of writing. Okay, so before I tell you a little bit about the good piece of writing, I'm gonna tell about my experience. Okay, and I've been teaching English for a long time. I'm originally from Brazil, but I've traveled around the world. I've lived in many different places, and I spent 2 years in the United States. okay? And there I did a few courses at a college, okay? And one of the courses I did was I studied English, literature, I studied linguistics, a little bit of everything. But one of the English courses I did, I feel that I really learned how to write. Okay, so I was writing these really long essays, 1,000, 2,000 words. All right, and then I really learned how to write. I pushed myself, I improved my grammar, improved my vocabulary, everything. And I really learned how to write, which was pretty cool because after that I did my literature course and it was amazing because I could use all those skills and express myself, okay, and write amazing essays. And I got a really good score at the end. I got an A at the end of the class, which was amazing. But I don't think I would have been able to get a high score in my literature course if I hadn't done that one before. So that was my very first experience with writing, okay? Then, a few years later, I started studying for the CPE exam. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the CPE exam, but it's basically the last level of English, okay? It's a Cambridge exam, okay? So it has, let's say that it has 7 levels. This is like level 7, okay? The course I did, there were only 6 people in the class, okay? So yeah, so after I did this course, so doing the writing at the course in the US was all right because over there I had my time and I had 2,000 words and I had 2 weeks to do the writing. But then when I started practicing for the CPE, I had to write, 350 words. I had half an hour. It was really restricted, okay? So I felt that was restricted. And then, of course, I improved, and then I achieved again a very good score, okay? So all of these things that I've learned and that I've been doing, I've been sharing with my students, okay? So when it comes to the Cambridge exams, I helped students with the FCE exam. So I taught some FCE classes and I helped them with the writing. But the biggest part of my journey has been helping people with the Ielts exam, all right? So what I want to say is basically you just need a good piece of writing. And using my experience, I've been helping people write good pieces of writing, all right? And also, so I don't think there are any tricks. I don't think there's a template. I don't personally believe in that because I just feel that if you learn how to write, you're fine, okay, with the IELTS exam. And that's what I help people do, okay? So that's the main thing I want to talk to you about today, okay? How just having a good piece of writing will help you achieve a high score, okay? So what makes a good piece of writing? All right, let's talk about that now. A good piece of writing flows well. So when you are reading, you can understand what the writer wants to express. Okay, so that's the first thing we should think about. Okay, then the second thing would be easy to understand. Okay, so I always tell my students, if an examiner has to read the same sentence 2 times, you're probably gonna get a low score because you have to be clear when you're doing your writing, okay, for the IELTS exam. And of course, good grammar and good vocabulary, okay? So when I talk about grammar and vocabulary, there are a few things that we have to think about for a good piece of writing, okay? So when it comes to vocabulary, we think about your vocabulary choices, so the words you're choosing, and if you're using them correctly with no mistakes. And the same goes for grammar, okay? So we're thinking about which grammar points are we choosing and are we using it correctly? Okay, so that's something that you have to think about when it comes, of course, to a good piece of writing. Okie dokie. And then that's why also I think practice is so important, all right? Because it doesn't matter actually matters, okay? How much you practice, it matters a lot in my opinion. Okay, some people, they already have a good experience with writing, and then they do an essay for me and then it's pretty good and I have to improve that much. But most people, they struggle and they always tell me, Fabi, I can't write in my own language and you want me to write in English. And I say, well, guys, take this opportunity to learn, you know? I know some people just want the score, but I think that a lot of people, you can see this opportunity, okay? And then you can learn how to write, you can improve your English. There's so many things. There's so many benefits, okay, from studying for the Ielts exam, okay? I know some people disagree with me. If you disagree with me, please let me know, okay? But what I try to do with my students is actually to get them to enjoy the process, okay? And I have been achieving it, okay? So if you're having problems with the Ielts, send me a message, okay? And I don't want anyone with problems, you know, I don't want anyone just going for templates and saying the Ielts terrible, that kind of stuff, okay? Because again, we're aiming at doing a good piece of writing, okay? But of course, we have to take into account some of the restrictions that we have, okay? The restrictions, requirements that we have, okay? For example, we only have 40 minutes to do the writing, okay? And that can be a lot of pressure on a lot of people, okay? So that's something that we have to deal with. And then, of course, they have those specific tasks which have specific topics and also which have specific types, okay? They have the specific types, okay? And then when we are thinking about that, we have really to prepare ourselves, okay? So to me, guys, to get a 7+ in writing, all you need is a good piece of writing. And how can you achieve that? By practicing writing, okay? Of course, practicing writing for the Ielts, okay? But I don't think that just trusting on templates would be very helpful, okay? But when it comes to templates, okay, maybe soon I will help you create your own templates, okay? Because there are, it's not really templates. There are so many things you can do that will make your life easier, okay? But I do think that you should aim at a good piece of writing. Okie dokie. Okay, does anyone have any questions today? Any questions today? Yeah. Oh, another thing I forgot to say too is that how, and again, like I said before, right? So it depends on the type of writing that you're doing, okay? And but how do we know that the writing we're doing is good enough for the Ielts test? We just look at the band descriptors, okay? If you head to my YouTube channel, there is a full live just talking about the band descriptors, okay? So that's how we gauge whether we are doing, the writing tasks we're doing are good enough for the Ielts, okay? Because again, we are focusing on writing a good piece of writing. Okay, so basically that's what I do. I help people write a good piece of writing using the Ielts test. Okay, and then yeah, and I've helped a lot of people get a 7+, so it really works. It really works. Okay, so no questions? No? All right, cool. So I'm gonna go, okay, but if you have any questions, you can write the questions in the comments here, or you can send me an email. My email is fabi@fabienglish.com. All right, so feel free to send me an email with questions, suggestions, requests, okay? If there's anything that you've been struggling with the Ielts test, just send me a message with a question and I will reply to your email, of course, and I'll probably deal with your question on a live too. All right, so I'll see you next time. Bye.